Let's have a look at the next question. A cylindrical tube sealed at one end has a cross-sectional area A and contains some sand. The total mass of the tube and the sand is capital M. The tube floats upright in a liquid of density rho as illustrated in figure 3.1. So here is the same explained and illustrated through a figure. The tube is pushed a short distance into the liquid and then released. State the two forces that act on the tube immediately after its release. The two forces that act on the liquid are its weight, W, which is and has been acting down always, and the upthrust that is applied by the liquid, which acts in the opposite direction of its weight, which keeps or tries to keep the body afloat. Moving ahead, part 2 asks, state and explain the direction of the resultant force acting on the tube immediately after the release. So here, before we answer the question, we understand or we look at a keyword which says a tube floats upright in a liquid of density. So a tube or any matter or any body for that matter of fact can float if and only if the upthrust is equal to or greater than the downward force, which is its weight. So this is the condition for a body to float. And as soon as the applied force is released, the resultant force is going to act along the direction of the force, which is greater. And since the body is floating, the upthrust has to be greater than the weight, which means the direction of the resultant force is upwards. Moving on, part B asks or says the acceleration A of the tube is given by the expression A equals capital A times rho times G by capital M, negative of all of that, into X, where X is the displacement from the mean position or the equilibrium position. Use the expression to explain why the tube undergoes simple harmonic oscillations in the liquid. Here, we take the expression A equal to negative of A into rho into G divided by capital M times X. This expression is eerily similar to the expression derived under simple harmonic motion, SHM, which is A equal to negative K into X, where K is supposedly equal to omega square, which is a constant, where omega is a angular frequency. Now, if we notice this expression and compare it with the expression we have here, we notice that A, rho, G, and capital M are all constants, which means any mathematical combination of these constants is also a constant. Since the expression given here for acceleration and displacement is exactly equal to the expression derived for acceleration and displacement under simple harmonic motion, and by the negative sign, we also realize, that acceleration is in the negative direction of displacement while being directly proportional to it. We understand that the motion experienced by the cylindrical tube is simple harmonic motion, where the body keeps moving between its mean position and its amplitude on either side of the mean position is its displacement x. Moving on to the next part. The next part tells us for a tube having a cross-sectional area A equal to 4.5 centimeters square. So let's write the data. Value of A is 4.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meters square in SI unit. A total mass of capital M, which is equal to 0.17 kilogram. oscillation of the tube is the period of oscillation of the tube is 1.3 second. Determine the angular frequency omega of the oscillations. You know the time period t, which is 1.3 second, has a relationship with omega, which is dictated as follows. Omega is equal to 2 pi into frequency. And since frequency is 1 by time period, omega is also equal to 2 pi divided by the time period capital T. When T is substituted as 1.3 second, you get the value of omega to be 4.8 radian per second in SI unit. Moving on to the last part of the question. Use your answer in part 1 and the expression in B to determine the density rho of the liquid in which the tube is floating. So as discussed before, the expression they have given in the previous section is acceleration of the cylindrical tube A is equal to negative of A into rho into G divided by capital M times displacement X. This, as stated before, is exactly in accordance with the equation for simple harmonic motion. A is equal to minus of omega square times X. Let's consider this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. So you can either divide equation 1 by 2 or 2 by 1, or just observe the two equations and conclude that omega square is equal to A into rho into G divided by capital M. Here the values of omega, A, and G and M are all known. G is a value that is equal to 9.81 from your data booklet. 9.81. You can either write Newton per kilogram or meter per second square. Both make sense here. And when substituted and simplified, the equation can be rewritten in terms of rho, as rho is equal to omega square into capital M divided by A into G. And when we substitute all the values, we get the simplified answer for density rho in its SI unit to be approximately equal to 900 kg per meter cube.